PFTPM, Chris Simms Unbuttoned. It is prime time. Sunday Night Football. Russell Wilson now with the Broncos facing an old nemesis, the San Francisco 49ers coming to town. Chris has mentioned on multiple occasions the fact that Kyle Shanahan, the coach of the 49ers, may have a little extra something for the Broncos. They picked Vance Joseph instead of him to be the head coach. They didn't put his dad in the Ring of Honor for 15 years. Now Kyle comes back with his old quarterback as his new quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo. This one is surprising to me in that the 49ers are a narrow favorite, 1.5 points over the Broncos, 44.5 over under. All odds is always provided by BetMGM. Chris, who do you like in this one? You know where I know where you're leaning, and I think you know where I'm leaning, and I see that 1.5, and I'm like, what am I missing?
It scares me a little because I just go, well, what is there something I don't know, or is Jimmy the Shark out there betting millions on something I don't know too that sway the line here? But I think you said it right. I think Kyle's going to be really motivated here. He's going to have a ton of family and friends at the game. He's going to want to put a show on for them. I think the Jimmy G aspect gives the team a lift. As I told you, I know there's people in that locker room that wanted Jimmy G as the quarterback. I know. So I think that's a little energy there that way. And the Broncos defense, I like it. I do. But they haven't seen an animal like this yet. E.J. Evero, who I got a lot of faith in as a new young defensive coordinator in football, he hasn't had to defend an animal like this. And Shanahan, who to me is one of the master game planners in football. So that's where I question that. And then the Broncos offense, I'm just not ready to buy in on it quite yet. I'm not. And the 49ers defense is arguably the best defense in football. It's certainly in that conversation. So, can the Broncos run the ball on them? I don't know. Nobody can run the ball on the 49ers either. So I don't know where that goes. And I'm not sure that the Broncos pass game is really hitting on all cylinders yet either. So that's where I'm a little, on the fence still about what to see from the Broncos, let alone all the other things about the clock management and all that stuff. I'm going 49ers 27-17.
There's a weird vibe around this Broncos team. The fans counting down the seconds left on the play clock. Russell Wilson trying to brush it off as he always would try to do. He doesn't want to say anything that would be regarded as hostile in any way toward the fan base. Nathaniel Hackett kind of all over the place as he tries to get his sea legs under him. This is not a matchup you want as you're trying to learn the job on the fly. And I think the 49ers, with the familiarity of Jimmy Garoppolo, that lift it's given the team, it was kind of a weird, murky, conflicting stew of emotions. They want us to support Trey Lance, but we kind of like the other guy. Now, look, it's horrible what happened to Trey Lance, the broken ankle, out for the year. Kyle Shanahan said yesterday he won't be back later in the year. He's done for the season. That opens the gates for the love to fall back to Jimmy
G.
And
you're right. It just
they get
ends
two primetime games, Broncos and Rams in back-to-back weeks. We're going to see the 49ers, I think, quickly emerge as contenders in the NFC. 34-20 is my score for this one. I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know why it's only 1.5 points. But I said that last week on a couple of my best bets, and what the hell did that get me?
Well,
nothing.
I know. It is scary. And, E.J. Evero, who's been with the Rams, I mean, he does have knowledge of this, offense a little bit. But, yeah, I don't get it either. I don't. Yeah, it's just, I think it's what we're really seeing here is it's still it's week 3, and with the 17-game schedule now and the fact that there's no preseason football the way it used to be, teams are still kind of figuring it out early in the year. And I think that's why we got every game seems like it's a 2-point spread, a 1-point spread. I mean the fact that Jaguars at 7 is the biggest spread of the week. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that way. But I got to think that's a part of why these are all so close, or at least closer than normal, in my opinion.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.